welcome back to Teal House Farm. I'm just going to give you guys an update. First of all, I want to say we appreciate all of your suggestions and all of your encouragement on our video. We were talking about our birds getting snatched. But our final decision, so most of you said to go ahead and add a bottom to that coop. I think that's the most logical answer. But when we went and did the math on how much more hardware cloth we needed to buy, because we didn't have a piece that was wide enough, and then some other changes we would need to make to really make that coop impenetrable, the numbers started adding up, and also the time it would take started adding up. And we realized that was not something we were going to be able to get done in one day. It needed to be done in one day, right? Because the predator is coming every night consistently. Move the chickens and we moved the ducks into the lockdown brooder coop. Now, we would really like to move our geese too. Where are they? They're there by that tree. We could not get them. So our pickup method, we don't have a net, so we coax animals into that coop and then you can corner them and pick them up. The geese were not having it. They're supposed to be predator, not predator animal, but a guard animal, so they're supposed to be kind of aggressive. Just could not catch them. So they are still out here by themselves. We thought maybe they would be safe because they're so big and they are really aggressive, but unfortunately one of our geese we found pretty disemboweled. So I think whatever is getting them is not a raccoon. I think it's probably a fox or maybe even a coyote, something much more aggressive and larger. I'm not sure what we're going to do about those geese. I don't like just letting them sit out there to their doom, but if I can't catch them, I don't really know, like, they gotta meet me at least 20% of the way if they want to be saved. I can't do it all for them because they're so big. Our chickens and our ducks are safe. I'll show you what they're doing. So our goats and sheep are a little confused because that janky looking corner there is our makeshift gate. Keeps them out of this paddock. I know some of you said that you graze your goats where your chickens and your ducks are. But right now we're still feeding supplementary feed just in an open dish because that's what I have. I realize that if they're free range like this, they have so much area, right? And they can get under this electric fence too. They really don't need supplemental feed, I guess. We always give it to them though, just especially with it being like drought conditions here. I want to make sure nobody's hungry, but because the feed, we just have a little bit, just a couple scoops out in an open dish is available. If these buccos can get down here, first thing they're gonna do is eat all the feed. So they're not allowed in this pasture right now. We have our chickens and our ducks, they're down here. They stay pretty close to this coop. They like to wander out in a field. There's actually an old woven wire fence here, field fence. And that they don't go past that. So it kind of keeps them on this side of the field, which actually works out really nicely. That wasn't planned, I didn't think about that, but it keeps them from going too far out to pasture where we can't find them. And they just kind of hang around. They seem very happy. And at night, we have had zero problems trying to get them back in the coop. They load themselves up in there together and we just lock them away. So it is an extra chore, right? You got to remember to lock them up at night, okay? But it's not a huge deal. And right now, you know, with all the little kids and stuff, we don't really go places and do things. So just having to be home to lock them up isn't really a big deal. And if there were ever going to be a day where we knew we were going to be away from a night, we would probably just give them extra feed and leave them locked in the coop for the day. It's probably what we do. I do think the ducks need more open water, so we're going to work on that this week. Maybe even a little kiddie pool or something that they can splash in. Right now we have an open water. You can see that. We have a really big 5-gallon open waterer, which they can get their beaks in nicely, but it doesn't let them splash. I think they would be happier with some sort of splash. The problem is that well pump is broken, so in order to fill up anything down here, you have to drag it up to the house and back down, or you have to drag water in 5-gallon buckets. So it's not going to be huge, whatever it is, because it's going to have to be manually loaded for now. Sam thinks he knows how to fix that, but again, right now with him doing his nursing practice, everything is about time and money. So everything is on pause for the next 4 or 5 weeks. And then once that is all over, we'll be able to handle some of these little projects that I think it's going to make. I'm just really excited about being able to do things. Everything for the last year or so has just been about maintenance and sustain. Don't let things get worse, but we aren't really doing much to make things better because everything's been focused on getting Sam through school and all the supports that he needs from us, the time that it takes for him to not be available to help here. So it's just me doing a lot of this stuff. So he's so close to done, and we just have like this long list of just little projects that I think we're going to start knocking out really fast here starting in August. And that's going to be super exciting. Going to make some great content for you guys too, because those of you who've been watching are probably like, oh my gosh, aren't they going to fix that? Yes, we are. We're going to fix a lot of stuff, but it's just been waiting for him to finish school. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now with those ducks and chickens. They seem happy. They should be safe in there. And then, you know, by next year, we'll be in a much better position to have a much better permanent solution other than using this brooder house to keep them safe. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Cheese. Say cheese. Cheese.